YouTube Nation, Manvan TV, aka Me TV, aka Alex Jones has shook his shit yesterday, and that's just at an online live interview. You're dodging questions, you're shaking like a fucking tree branch. You gotta be kidding me. Look, I can only imagine what would happen if you had some hardcore Devil May Cry fans in your face. You go fucking crying somewhere, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. All you that did that interview should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, all right, for the way you've acted. I'm sorry, but we gotta get into this today. Now, y'all know I wasn't gonna talk about this just yet. I told you guys on the fan page, I wasn't going to talk about this until the hype died down. Well, guess what? It died down in 2 hours. Like, you gotta be kidding me. You like, seriously, I even gave it 24 hours before even doing the video, and still, nothing good has come of it. Nothing. Now, I will say this. A lot of people were duped into this. They were screwed in this. They were baited, everything. Let's get into this right now. Before the trailer. Now, like I said, I've been doing updates in my videos time and time again about Devil May Cry, Ninja Theory, and just Capcom in general. But for those who haven't seen those, I'm going to put it all in this video, okay? Now, before the trailer started, Snow from the Capcom community leaked a picture, or a couple pictures actually, of Dante, all right? Now, I will say this. In the caption, in the pictures, before the trailer came out, all right, the name was Tony Redgrave. That was the name. That's what he put up there, all right? Now, a lot of people start speculating, saying, you know what, now we can, because I said this in the second video. I said, you know, that's where it looked like it was going. And a lot of people now are saying, you know, well, now I can understand why the rumor about guns overheating and things of that nature. Now I can see why. Now people are starting to put together the story and this, that, and third. Well, if you go back to the same blog today, link is in the info bar. If you go back to the same blog today, the name Tony Redgrave has been erased. Yes, and now it just says, New Dante. Yeah. See, they're trying to save their own asses at this point. Seriously, you have to understand this. Now, I want to talk about the trailer. When the trailer started, and we all saw the trailer, all right? I looked on forums, and people were just like, "Oh my God, this looks great! I gotta get back into this. I'm back on the horse, you know, this, that, and third." And then you had these Ninja Theory idiots who've been defending them, saying, "We told you this would happen." And I don't understand you guys, because why would you defend a company who's trash fans? And like I said, I understand that it's not towards you, and I will explain that later. Who's trash fans who've said things that were just being so unprofessional, making fun of them, carrying on, and you're still defending them? They don't even have that good of a history, all right? And some of you Ninja Theory fans, I've seen it on your on the Ninja Theory forums, all right? Where you guys are trying to wage war with the fucking Capcom community. Get the fuck out of here. Look, the Ninja Theory community is about that big, all right? Capcom community in general is like this big. What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, just the Devil May Cry community in general is bigger than the fucking Ninja Theory. Just the company fan base. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. You want to wage war? War, really? First off, no one's going into war. No one's dying. No one's getting shot and killed. Stop. Stop. All right? Now, let's move on real quick. Like I said, a lot of guys were just like, I told you so, and this, that, and third. Then, 1-2 hours later, you had all these people starting to analyze instead of just being hyped. And they're like, wait a minute. This trailer looks like shit. It looks like fucking garbage. It is fucking garbage. It's fucking garbage, and you've been duped. Why? We've said this before, and before you guys say, but Event, it's a work in progress. Nah. They had their time. They had their time. They had more than enough time. They had to do all these fucking interviews and all this bullshit, yet they couldn't show us anything. They didn't show up at fucking Captivate, and guess what? Could you imagine what it would have looked like if it was at Captivate? Could you imagine? Seriously. All right, so what you got at E3, it would have been worse at Captivate. Just saying. Now, let's get in this real quick, because y'all got me a little tense, all right? Understand, Ninja Theory and Capcom both came out and said this game is going to be great, because I see a lot of questions saying we never thought that, you know, the Devil May Cry community would, you know, would hold such a standard, you know, a bar for them. No, it wasn't the community that did it. It was Capcom and Ninja Theory. They ran around saying first they said we're going to cater to the fans, all right? Then the fans said, well, we don't like what you're showing us. If you're catering to us, you'll change the character, you'll change everything, because it's not just about the fucking white hair, and we'll get into that, all right? And Ninja Theory said, fuck you. We're not catering to you then. They started making fun of the fans. They started calling them sheep, and this, that, and the third. And then what happened? They came out with an interview, Capcom and them said, we're aiming to cater to the critics. We're trying to get perfect. We're trying to get 90s. Like I said before, 90s is 100, not perfect. No game's getting that. All right, but we're trying to get 90s, and this game is rivaling with Devil May Cry 1 and Devil May Cry 3, and like I said, we didn't set the bar, they set the bar. And then when they realized they couldn't meet that bar, they lowered your expectations. What did they say before E3? Well, we're not sure if it's going to show up at E3. That's what they said first. Then they said, well, if it shows up, you want to keep your expectations lowered, all right? So when your expectations were here, they showed you garbage that was here, so you went off the rail and just went up here and was excited. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. And they set you up. That's what they did. All right? They knew what they were doing. They couldn't meet expectations. They knew this. And they said, work in progress. Everything has been work in progress or lower expectations or this, that. Understand, they are walking you into this. That's what they did. They knew they couldn't match it. Seriously. Now let's talk about the trailer. Graphics. Yeah, let's talk about graphics real quick because it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. We're seeing frame rate drops. We're seeing, and remember, they went on an interview and said that, well, you'll be able to use, the gameplay will look just like the cutscenes. Yeah, because you're using the Unreal Engine. And we all know if you focus on a character in the Unreal Engine, the environment lacks. If you try to focus too much power on the environment, there's frame rate drops everywhere, and it's just in battle scenes and carry on. You know this. All right, we know how this shit works. It's not run at 60 frames per second, and if it was, they would have told us. You want to know why it's not? Because they dodged the fucking questions every time they were asked. Yes, and we'll get into that more later. All right, but they knew that they couldn't do this. Now with graphics, here's something I find very funny because we all knew that they were doing this internship, to use them. So you're getting free labor off of people so that they can work on Devil May Cry. All right, that was one thing. All right, then number two, Tamim comes out. For those who don't know, link is in the info bar. Tamim comes out and says that Naughty Dog, Uncharted, that their facial animations were, I'm sorry, not just facial animations, just animations in general were overdone. Yes, and then when fans got a hold of that and Naughty Dog got a hold of it, they were like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? And then Tamim comes out, he backtracks and says, oh, I never said that, and proceeds to kiss Naughty Dog's fucking ass. They're the best developers for the console this gen, and this that just goes off the fucking handle. Yes, all right? So he's trying to save face and being a fucking coward. Just be a man, Ninja Tam. And I say that because for those who don't know, all right, Ninja Tam is his Facebook name. It's fucking hilarious. You gotta be kidding me. I couldn't make this shit up. I just couldn't. This is ridiculous. All right? Like I said, they'll say one thing and then they'll jump back to a different thing. This is what they do best. They backtrack all day. That's what they do. Graphics are a joke, and you guys know that I really don't care about graphics, but when you come out and say that you are trying to aim for 90s and this, that, and third, it better be on. In this next generation, you better be on point. You better be. I'm not trying to hear it, all right? We're going to talk about the animations, the environments. Look, environments I don't give a shit about, all right? I really don't. I haven't seen anything that impressed me, all right? Combat. All right, no, not even in combat yet. We're going to talk about, because I see a lot of you guys talking about how, the angel and the demon thing. Look, we've seen this done with Bayonetta, all right? We saw it with Bayonetta. So they're just taking it from something else. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what the fuck they're doing. Now, let's talk about combat. When I saw the combat, a lot of you guys sent me messages saying, it's a cross between Devil May Cry, Heavenly Sword, Enslaved, and God of War. So it's a cross between 4 fucking games? Are you serious? Get the fuck out. First off, God of War got their style from Devil May Cry. Let's just get that out the way, all right? Devil May Cry, oh my God, stop. Seriously, guys, I don't understand this, all right? It's not a cross between 4 fucking games, all right? When I saw it, first thing I thought was, they're trying to mimic Heavenly Sword with a new character. That's what it seemed like. All right, and then there's some parts I can see where some guys would say it looks like Enslaved. Understand, this is Ninja Theory, all right? This is not, look. What you're getting in this game is Ninja Theory. This is what it's going to look like. Ninja Theory mimicking Devil May Cry instead of actually being Devil May Cry. That's what you're getting, all right? That's exactly what you're getting. Now, I will say this. Is it impressive? Yes. For Ninja Theory, it is impressive, but on a Devil May Cry level, it is subpar. It's subpar, whether you like to admit that shit or not. I don't care if you admit it. It's fucking subpar. And if you don't believe me, you can look at all the comments online. All right, so it's not just me who's thinking this. I'm sorry, but it's horrible. Now, story. All right, now look, like I said about the whole Tony Redgrave thing, now we don't know. All right, now we've seen in the past, they've said it's going to be a reboot, it's going to be a remake, it's going to tie in Devil May Cry 3, it's going to tie in Devil May Cry 1, it's going to be a prequel. They don't know what the fuck to call it. And yesterday they said it's going to be a reimagining with an original story. You can't have an original story when you've already admitted that you're stealing from this movie and that game, and stop. Seriously. I don't understand this shit. I just don't understand it anymore. This is a joke. And then Alex comes out, and this is the funniest part. Alex comes out and they ask, what did you think of how do you think the fans, reacted to it? And they said, well, we're happy that the original fan base was pleasantly pleased. Really? You mean this fan base?
My name is Dante. that's not what I'm looking for. Leave me. Looks like we have an uninvited guest.
The Great One. Isn't it a magnificent view?
It begins.
My name is Dante.
It's time for the clown to bow out.
My name is Dante.
I don't know where you came from, but you don't belong here.
What the hell is this?
What should we do?
Need to ask?
My name is Dante.
Do your homework first.
And that's just a small sample, and I say very small. What's going on online, Alex? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you not reading forums or watching videos or reading articles? What don't you understand that the fans are not happy? And you keep talking about, and let's say Capcom in general, is saying, well, we didn't expect this backlash. Bullshit. You knew to expect this fucking backlash. You said it yourself, but you just think it was going to be this big. Well, it is this big, and now you have to fucking deal with it. And I say this because it wouldn't have, you know what? It probably wouldn't have been this bad. Seriously, if Ninja Theory would have just acted right in the first place. Seriously, all they have to, in order to stop all this, all they have to do right now is say, look, maybe we acted a little cocky. Yeah, maybe we made fun of you guys and we laughed at you and called your names and, you know, we were so confident that we could do good, but we still feel we're going to give you a good product, you know, and we apologize for that. And you know what? We just hope that you join us on this adventure. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. And I think fans would have been like, you know what? All right, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? They probably would have said that because it's like, you know what? Everybody gets cocky every once in a while. It happens. You know what I mean? But no, you want to keep this shit going. You still want to ignore people. So you have become a punching bag for every Devil May Cry fan around. You just have. All right? So you're ignoring legit questions. For those who watched the, the live interview on YouTube, it was such a fucking joke. Seriously, you got this scrolling bar going on where people are asking legit questions. And what did I tell you guys in the second video? All this hold-handing, asking question bullshit, softball down the middle, that's what they did. They ignored good questions and answered stupid questions. We learned pretty much nothing from it. So when people weren't getting their good questions, their very informative questions that we could have learned something, seriously, we could have learned some serious stuff yesterday, and they decided to ignore it. So since they got ignored, people were hitting the dislike button. So what did Capcom and Ninja Theory do? What did they do? They disabled the ratings bar. They disabled the ratings until the interview was over and then re-enabled them. This is horrible. This is what they're doing. This is what you call damage control. That's all this is. They don't care about fans. They don't even care. Even the people who still back them, they don't care about you. They don't. They don't. Like I said, they're so stuck in their own world. They can't take any fucking criticism. Take some fucking responsibility. Seriously. Now, since then, guys, they're still getting hit hard. Like, if anyone's watched or looked at any forum or whatever, they're getting slammed today. All right? And it's like I said, it's been, what, 24 hours? If that, it's getting slammed. Now, there's rumor that Devil May Cry, HD collection is coming. All right? Now, I will say this. I think it's coming. It's setting you up so that you can get ready for the next Devil May Cry game. Now, it is also rumored that this game, since we've seen this, it's a work in progress. I'm sure we'll see more at Tokyo Game Show. But it's rumored to come out this October. This October. Now, I don't see that happening. I mean, seriously, if you are smart, Ninja Theory, you will move it back. Now, if you want to say October next year, okay. Okay, I'll give you that, all right? But for what I'm hearing, it's this October, all right? Didn't you learn anything from fucking Enslaved? Because it seems like Ninja Theory likes to release their games in the fall, which is fine because people are, kids are going back to school. It's going to get cold. They'll sit in. They'll play games more. That's what they're doing, all right? That's exactly what they're doing. Now, I will say this. If you haven't learned anything, and I mean anything, from Enslaved, because you know what, they blame fans for Low Enslaved sales instead of realizing you went up against Castlevania Lord of Shadows and Call of Duty and got destroyed. What did you expect? Seriously, what the fuck did you expect on top of it being a subpar game? I didn't even like Enslaved. It was horrible. I've said this before. I know some of you guys like it. So I'm being fair. But in my opinion, it was fucking garbage. It was garbage. Now, I will say this. If you come out this year against Dark Souls, Uncharted 3, a new Call of Duty, you got Skyrim, you got Batman, no. You will be dead in the water before you even think about releasing this shit. And you're still getting a ton of negative press. No. Alright? Release it next year. If you're smart, release it next year. All right, don't think with your, this cockiness of you, because that's what you guys are. You're so fucking arrogant. What don't you understand? And a lot of you gamers, I have to jump on some of you gamers now. All right, because a lot of you guys, you keep, defending them, this, that, and third. Look, when a company trashes a fan base and then says they expect to get 5 million, yes, 5 million units sold, it's not going to happen. Anybody who's running back, and I'm saying you're pathetic if you are. If you're running back to the product now after everything that has been said, then guess what? You're an asshole. You are setting yourself up because you have to understand that if you let them get away with this, and I say this because you're empowering them to treat fans like shit in the future. That's what you're doing. It's time to take a stand and say, look, you are somebody. You will not be talked down to like that. Who the fuck are they? They're not your superior. They're not even your peers. Seriously, they're horrible. They're hard, bottom line. And anybody who sits here and says, well, I can forgive them for what they said because it's a fucking game, they're treating you like, I said it before, they're treating you like addicts. We can say whatever we want to them because they're still going to come running to buy our game. That's what you're doing. You're making us look bad. Like I said, they say, well, I don't care about the comments. It's not just about you. All right? That's the problem. You keep thinking about yourself. It's not just about you. All right? Also, Devil May Cry movie. Yeah. The movie will be based off of this new garbage coming out. All right, this new hot fucking garbage coming out. Yeah, it'll be based off of it. And the guy writing it, I have to get into this real quick, guys. The guy writing it is, what's his name? Kyle Ward. For those who don't know who Kyle Ward is, he's writing right now, like I said, Devil May Cry, Arabian Nights. He's writing Uncharted. He's writing Hitman 2. He's writing Kane and Lynch. Yeah, he's writing all these projects. You really think he's going to give you an in-depth movie? Do you really think this? Look, guys, I keep telling you guys. This is horrible. And now I have to move on real quick about the Devil Trigger. I wanted to save this for last. I know I went out of order. I wanted to save this, all right? Devil Trigger. Okay, he got the white hair. It's garbage. It's a cop-out. It's a joke. They haven't learned. They have not learned about anything that we've told them, all right? This is not about, oh, you just lost white hair. No, understand, when you come out and you trash a character and saying it's old and it's out of date, you are trashing everything about that character. We're talking story, we're talking core gameplay, because they keep saying it's going to stay core. I mean, core gameplay, style, we're talking about all this stuff, all right? Understand that. I'm not even going to get into the weapons about how a lot of people think it's, 3 different type of weapon categories and things like Heavenly Sword was. I'm not even going to get into that, all right? But understand that you are still taking from the original. After you trash the original character, you're still taking from the original. Devil Trigger was a way to just to please the fans in the trailer. That's all it was. They tried to shut them up. That's what they did, all right? But like I said, it's more than that. The gameplay looks like a joke. It really does. And for those who say, well, you know what? They're trying to do their best. No, they're not trying to do their best. Understand, if you want a next level Devil May Cry, then you go play fucking Bayonetta. All right? The same person who made Devil May Cry made Bayonetta. They're the only people. The original creator is the only person, because seriously, it started with him. He's the only person that can take it to the next level. Like I said, everything else is just a mimic. Everything. Just saying. Now, if you still need to know more about the fans and just how passionate this fan base is, I'm going to let y'all go out on this, because apparently a couple passionate fans really had something to say to Ninja Theory, Alex Jones, Tam Tam, Ninja Tam, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You need to listen up to this. Check this out.
What is your name? I will ask you again. What is your name?
My name is Dante.
Fuck you! Your name is Faggot! 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 Faggot!
My name is Dante.
Shut up! You can't say it! So straight! do your job, you fucking emo!